Welcome to Part 3 of UnityConnect 2.0 training. This video focuses on these topics because they're applicable throughout the software. Once you've learned these basic concepts, you'll find using UnityConnect 2.0 very easy. Let's begin with mapping. Mapping is the process of matching the names of your instruments, controls, and tests to the names used by Biorad peer groups. In this example, we see that a lab may call its instrument RXL, RXL1, RXLA, Siemens RXL, or even Dave within its LIS. Any designation is fine. We'll just need to map that name or code to the name used by the peer group. Let's look at a practical example. To get oriented, let's look at UnityConnect 2.0. Specifically, we're viewing the instrument page. Here we see the instruments. This left-hand column is always populated by what's set up in the QC management software. In this case, we see two instruments, so the user must have two instruments set up in Unity Realtime 2.0 or Unity Web 2.0. In the instrument code column, we see the name or code that was found in the data sent to UnityConnect 2.0. In this case, the lab uses the codes EXL1 and EXL2 in its LIS. To review, the instruments or device names that are set up in the Biorad QC management software are mapped to the codes used in the lab's systems. In this case, we see instruments. However, the same concept of mapping also applies to controls and tests. The following video covers mapping in more detail. Our next topic is navigation. Let's return to the instrument page. Notice that there's a hyperlink to the right of each instrument. Clicking a link takes the user to the lot page for that instrument. Now we're on a lot setup page. This is where controls are mapped. Notice that there's a hyperlink to the right of the control. Clicking the link takes the user to the test page for that lot. Now we're on a test setup page. This is where tests are mapped. Notice the breadcrumb at the top of the page. These links make it easy to navigate back up to the lot setup or instrument setup. Next, let's take a look at hidden items. Instruments that have been configured in your QC management software can be hidden. To hide a code, click on the cog to the right of the undesired item. Then select Hide. The page reloads, and the line is hidden. Clicking the Show Hidden Instrument checkbox reveals the hidden codes. Codes can be unhidden by clicking the cog and then unhide. Note the functionality in the upper right can be used to disable codes. Next, let's learn how UnityConnect 2.0 can alert users. In the event of a new item, UnityConnect 2.0 displays an alert in the top right-hand corner. Clicking on the link displays the alerts. The number next to the alert icon represents the number of items that needs to be mapped or hidden. Keeping the number at 0 is a good goal. This ensures that all new items have been addressed. The following video demonstrates how to address these alerts in more detail. Next, we like to make a recommendation regarding mapping. When mapping UnityConnect 2.0, users may be tempted to map all of the instruments, then try to map all of the controls, and finally map all of the tests. While not required, we recommend instrument-specific mapping. Begin by mapping Instrument 1, then map its first control and its tests. If the instrument is similar, use the duplicate function detailed later. Then move on to Instrument 2. Repeat the process of mapping one lot and its tests before moving on to the next lot. After mapping all of the lots and tests for Instrument 2, repeat the process for the remaining instruments if needed. The following video gives a practical demonstration of how instrument-specific mapping is done. Instrument-specific mapping allows the user to perform duplication. For example, if a user has already completely mapped Instrument 1, they can easily duplicate that mapping to a similar instrument. Let's look at how that can be done. To duplicate an entire instrument, click the cog to the right of the instrument to be duplicated. Then click Duplicate. Select the instrument to duplicate to, and click the Apply button. The existing mapping is copied over to the second instrument. Note the duplication also works at the lot level. Our final topic is the Search tool. There is a search field at the top of each page. This is a great tool to quickly find instruments, lots, or tests you're interested in as the list of mapped codes become longer. In addition, the ability to sort columns can make finding instruments, lots, or tests easier. Now that we've covered some broad topics that are applicable throughout the software, let's look at UnityConnect 2.0 in action. Continue your training by viewing Part 4.